If you don't hurt people, you ain't got to
towards me again.
Shut your ass.
You better not step towards me again.
Shut your ass. I'm right here.
Okay, take another step.
Here's the position.
I know.
Arm's length.
Right.
I know I'm right. I know I'm right. I know I'm right. You shouldn't have a badge on your belly. This is what's going on. If the people in the community are mad about what y'all doing, you should be listening to what they say and trying to fix it. Not getting in their face talking about, I wish you would, because I will. I'm not scared. You see how many of y'all, comrades, walk 50 feet that way. Walk 50 feet that way. Excuse me, can y'all back up just a little bit? I want to display something. I'm by myself. I'm not scared of all of y'all. Right? I'm telling you, if black people are brutalized in Philadelphia, we going to get involved. We don't want to get involved. We want to serve the community together. We want to stop the drugs and stuff together. But you can't be on both sides of the line. So you can't be punching people or stepping on their head or laughing at them while they're having a seizure and then want somebody to be nice to you. You see what I'm saying? If I did that, my comrades did that, my comrade up. My comrade wouldn't be walking around next to me in a uniform. And I wouldn't care if I got fired or sued or I stand for it. You're supposed to stand for that. You see what I'm saying? So if you, right. But right there wasn't I hear you, but what I'm saying to you is I'm telling you why. I'm telling you where this anger come from. You see what I'm saying? If the police don't brutalize people in this neighborhood, we don't got to get with the police. But if we get video sent to us of that, we're going to come yelling and screaming and ready to fight. It's not funny. That's why you're a pig. See, police officers, police officers that serve the community, they cool. But when police officers laugh at people having seizures because they slammed them on the ground, that's a pig, right? When police punching you is not part of their policy. That's a pig, right? The police officer says I would dignify everyone I encounter through the commission of my shift. If they're not dignifying everybody they come encounter with, that's a pig. It says I would treat everybody with courtesy and respect. If they hop out talking like this, bald-headed bully, that's a pig. You understand what I'm saying? That man is black in the black community being a pig, right? I want y'all to know the difference. I also want you to know that you do not have to be scared of them. See what I'm saying? You don't. You don't got to be scared of them. You understand? I will get into it with them and die before I let them do anything to you, sister. You don't got to be scared of them. And more black men in this community need to get their I got my record expunged. I got a gun license right here. More black people need to get their record expunged, and they need to get legally armed so that they're not the only ones with the guns. So that the punching and the slamming and the putting the foot on the head, all that stops. Because all three of those things happen in that camera, and they're not going to happen while I'm here. What's your name, sir? My name is Paul Birdsong. I'm the chairman of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. What's yours? Listen, we're here to be peaceful. We're just here to be sure nothing goes wrong. That's what I'm here for. We don't need no hostility. There is hostility. Listen. If you don't want hostility, hold your comrades accountable. Every officer that's in that take should be arrested. What about the officers that slammed that man in there and laughed at the Well, we can take care of that. We can take care of that. Oh, we gonna take care of it. We already filed a lawsuit on every bad member in the video. You can't make threats. I didn't make a threat. I responded to him. He said it. I said, we at the Panther Party's here. We're not gonna let you beat up on anybody here. That's not a threat. That's us defending ourselves. We're the Black Panther Party for self-defense. He got out the car and said, if I interfere with him doing his duty, it's going to be a problem. I said, your duty's not to punch nobody, right, or kick nobody, or laugh when anybody's having a seizure. So if you illegally put your hands on somebody, I'm going to intervene. I don't care if it's a problem. I'm not just voicing my opinion. I'm telling you that the black people will not be the victims of the police in this community no more while we're here. That's all I'm saying. And I'm going to recruit others around here. So when I leave, they're going to continue not being the victims. Right, all right. You hold your comrades accountable. I make sure mine do the right thing too. Black power. Black power.
All right, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praises to the Most High. And a special shout out to the chairman. I think he said his name was Paul Burt of the Philadelphia New Black Panther Party for self-defense. And shout out, much love to my brother Hakeem up there in Philly, who sent me the video of the Black Panther Party responding to a video that circulated where police punching another black man, stomping on him, and then as he began to have a seizure, they start laughing at him. And that's what my dear brother was talking about. I haven't received that video yet. Hopefully my brother Hakeem will get it to me. But that right there is the definition of standing up for the community and also standing on righteousness. And it was so disturbing, the fact that there was a black brother coming up to our brother who was standing for righteousness and telling him to take another step, see what I'll do. Threatening him because he's responding to police misconduct. And if you listen real closely, as the brother was speaking, he said that we don't have to be scared of them. And the sister said, I'm petrified of them. And that is a problem where police come into communities. And if you notice that community, that is a housing project. Housing projects are on both sides. And then, as the brother was speaking, a lot of people were coming out of the house in support of him. Because sometimes all it takes is for one person or a group of individuals, him and his comrades, to come out for people to start voicing their opinion, the people to come out and stand up against the tyranny of these police. And like my brother said, look, I got my record expunged, and more black people more black men need to get their record expunged so we can be legally armed. And as he said, so they're not the only ones with the guns. And then the other black, I guess he's the captain, comes up there. Well, you can't be making threats. I didn't make a threat. I responded to one. The brother, and that's the thing with what police do. If you match their energy, then you're the one who is showing, as the guy said, hostility. But the police are supposed to serve the public with dignity, with respect, with humanity, and not have people literally prisoners in their own neighborhoods. And so that video, had me ready to go, go out and get me a black beret and an all black suit and some camos and, some boots and, go sign up with Philly right there, because, that is the definition of stand. Like my brother said, I'm ready to die, for, the community, for righteousness, before I would die, before I will let anybody harm anybody in this community, right, wrong, or indifferent. And so that is, what the Black Panther Party back in the days was started out. And I'm so glad and grateful for these brothers to continue that legacy, and continue in the spirit of, Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale and, Eldridge Cleaver and, H. Rap Brown and, all of the greats who literally, some of them, even died and, got exiled or went to prison for standing up against police brutality. And so this has been a continuum of a problem in the black communities. And here it is, 2025, and we're still dealing with police beating on young black men, and so much so that they have a seizure. And then they have the audacity, the lack of humanity to laugh at them, as they're seizing. So once again, shout out to Chairman Paul and, his comrades, Brother Hakeem. Thank y'all for, send me that video, because that is another example of, men standing up. And when men see that, that causes a inspiration, that causes a feeling of responsibility, and duty to protect the community against things like this, whether it's the police or our own self. You heard him say, look, we're fighting to get the D-rugs out of our community too. We're working with you for the same thing, but don't come around here and toe the line. Okay, you're for the community 1 minute, but you're beating us up the next minute. We can't have that. And so, for all police officers, I hope y'all understand that, especially the black ones. And it's so sad that we have a lot of black ones carrying out the agenda of occupation and tyranny and terrorizing black communities. And, so that is one thing that just, makes me turn my nose up, frown my face up, at our black brothers who, carry out the agenda of the American government, which is, always been to terrorize the black communities and criminalize us, as opposed to others. So once again, shout out to the brother. Y'all see the name. If the brother, if y'all brothers want to reach out to me, I would love for y'all to come on and share some of the initiatives, some of the policies, some of the programs that y'all got going on, so we can help expose others to help others implement those same strategies, those protective strategies. Like you said, those brothers were called out there. Somebody called them out there because evidently they have reputation of standing up for righteousness. And that's what we want to do, and what we want to spread throughout all of our communities. But y'all see the number, 919-587-7782. Thank y'all for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. Shout out once again to the new Black Panther Party for self-defense for their stand. But as always, peace and blessings. And as the scripture says, all things that are hidden shall be revealed, and those things done in secret shall be exposed on the mountaintop.
Let's go, Rich. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune into Telehouse Publishing.
Negroes have listened to the trickery and the lies and the false promises of the white man now for too long.